Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making a filet mignon steak sandwich. This is my husband and I's all-time favorite sandwich. Nothing has ever beat it out of all the recipes that we've had and I've made at home. We are going to be making a tomato relish to go on top of it, and it is phenomenal. It goes so well with this and I cannot wait to share it with you. So on my cutting board here I have half of an onion that we're going to chop up into some little cubes, and then I have one jalapeno from my parents' garden that they gave us. If you don't like spicy food, you can feel free to leave the jalapeno out, but if you can handle it, it really makes a world of a difference on this sandwich. Okay, now that you have your jalapeno and onions chopped up, let's go ahead and get back on the stove and we'll get them cooking. Okay, so I have my skillet preheated over medium heat, and I'm going to add my onion and jalapeno with 1 teaspoon of olive oil. Okay, add a pinch of salt to help draw out the moisture. Okay, so let this cook for about 7 to 10 minutes until your onions cook down and your jalapenos have gotten nice and soft, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so the peppers and onions are almost ready for the tomatoes, so I'm going to take some grape cherry tomatoes and we're going to cut them in half. Okay, so once you have your tomatoes all cut in half, we're going to add them to our skillet to let them cook with the peppers and the jalapeno. Okay, add the tomatoes right in. Okay, add a pinch of salt. Okay, you're going to let your tomatoes cook here probably for about 15 to 20 minutes until your tomatoes start to blister and they get really soft, and you can break them apart with a wooden spoon. Like, you're going to be like smashing them down. They'll be so tender. Okay, so our tomatoes have cooked down quite a bit. They've been cooking for mine took about 10 minutes on medium heat. And so whenever you know they're done to the point to where we want them, is you can push down on it and they break apart like that, and then you know you're ready. So just go ahead and give your tomatoes a light smash, and that'll help form the relish, the texture that we're looking for the relish. Okay, so what I have here is a ½ pound of filet mignon. It's going to feed husband and I, because we'll cut it in half and use half for each sandwich. And to this we're going to add a pinch of salt with a glove I haven't touched the meat with, and then some garlic powder. I just kind of coat the top of it. A little more garlic powder on the other side, and then pinch of salt. Okay, you can feel free to add other seasonings to it. It's just what I've always done, because a lot of the flavor, in my opinion, is coming from the relish and the sauce, and then the filet mignon is just the extra goodness that goes on top. All right, so we'll get back to the stove and we're going to sear this, and then I like to cook mine to medium rare, which is about 130 degrees Fahrenheit, but you can feel free to cook it to whatever temperature you like. I don't recommend, cooking it to medium well done, because you're just gonna get the steak really tough, and that's not what you want. You don't want to do that to a really good filet mignon. Okay, so let's get back there and we'll cook it. Okay, so I have my skillet on about medium heat, and I'm going to add my filet. Okay, so sear it on both sides, and then you can cook it to whatever temperature you'd like it. Like I said, I like to have mine at medium rare, so 130 degrees Fahrenheit is perfect for us, but feel free to cook it until whatever desired temperature you prefer it. Okay, I just gave my steak a flip, and look at that. You want that kind of sear. That's extra flavor, my friend. Okay, so in my little ramekin here, I have 2 tablespoons of mayo to 2 teaspoons of stone ground mustard, and you're just going to give that a mix. Okay, and that'll be your sauce to go on top of your sandwich. Okay, so while my steak is resting, I'm going to let it rest for about 5 minutes. You always want to let any protein that you cook rest for a little bit so that the juices can like reabsorb into the meat and you don't cut straight into it and lose all those beautiful juices that you have. Okay, so I have some sourdough that I'm going to use for the bread. You can feel free to use whatever you prefer. I like sourdough. And I'm going to put this in my toaster to get it a little bit of a texture, a little bit of a crispness to it. It's going to pop this in and then we'll be really close to getting our sandwich assembled. Our filet mignon is done resting, and I've kept it in some aluminum foil to keep it nice and warm. And we're going to go ahead and give it a slice. I like to cut it really nice and thin. Look at that. That is cooked perfectly. Yes. I was going to cut. Now remember, you can cook it longer if you like. This is just what we love. Okay. And now we're going to assemble our sandwich. So we want to add some of your mayo and mustard mixture onto the bottom. A little bit of spread. Some of your juicy, delicious, tender filet. And then some of this amazing, spicy tomato relish. And then lid on. That looks awesome. Look at that. Okay, let's cut into it so you guys can see. Wow, that looks awesome. I cannot wait to try it. I've been waiting for this. Okay. Okay, so I cannot wait to try it. Wow, that is the ultimate right there. That steak is so tender, it's so juicy and flavorful. That relish is amazing. The relish is a little bit spicy from the jalapenos. And you make sure you want to toast your bread because it's so juicy that you don't want your bread to get soggy. And toasting your bread really helps out with that. Okay, so I hope you make this recipe. I promise you it will not disappoint you. And please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.